Welcome back. So for the rest of this chapter, we're actually getting away from the graphing piece, and we're going to focus more on two other ways that we can solve systems. Now, the first way is solving by substitution. So to solve by substitution, the goal here is you're looking for one of the variables to be by itself. So that's how we're going to start today, is I've created every equation today where one of the equations has a variable by itself. So, for example, in this first one, the variable that's by itself is in the top equation, y equals 2x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight and box the other side of the equation. Okay? So I'm going to box what y is equal to, what that equation is equal to. So, and why I'm doing that is because now I can take that and I can substitute that in for the y in the other equation. So I'm going to rewrite that equation, that bottom one, but instead of y, I'm going to put what y equals, because y equals 2x. So that's why I put that box around it, okay? Because that's how I show myself that is what I'm substituting in. I'm rewriting that second equation. Instead of using y, I'm using 2x. Well, now from there, it's just kind of simplification. 2 times 2x, well, 2 times 2 would give me 4x. 1x plus 4x is going to be 5x. Divide by 5, and that gives me an x of 2. Now, however, hopefully you remember from graphing that we're talking about a point. Well, points need an x and a y. So that means I'm not quite done yet. It means I have to plug that back into my box and to get y. Because if y is 2x, and I know now that x is 2, well, that's going to give me a y of 4. So my solution is going to be 2, 4. That's going to be my answer to this system, the point that is true for both equations. Okay, so again, our goal is the same as it was before, finding the point that is true for both equations, but in this case, we're doing it completely algebraically. All right, in our next equation, our next system, you can tell the top equation, once again, is the one that has one of the variables isolated, one of the variables by itself. So that's going to be what I focus on. So I'm going to put a box around my other side because that is going to be what I'm substituting in. I'm rewriting the bottom equation, but instead of using y, I'm using what y equals, because y equals that x plus 2. All right, and now again, I need to clean this up. Well, again, cleaning this up is going to mean distributing. So 2x plus 4. Combining like terms, well, 1x and 2x is going to give me 3x. Subtract 4 from both sides, so 3x goes 9. Divide by 3, so that'll give me an x of 3. Now again, I'm not finished yet because hopefully you remember that we're talking about points here. A point needs an x and a y. So once I find one of my variables, I need to plug it back in to that equation. Okay, I plug it back into that original box that I made. Because if y is x plus 2, but I know x is 3, that means I now know that my y is 5. So that means my solution to this system is going to be 3, 5. And that's going to be as far as I can take this. All right, that's going to be my solution. So Once again, thank you for joining me. Please make sure you have all of this written down, and then make sure you ask any questions you may have before you start your practice work.